Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and a little bit of a special one because there's actually, thinking about it, there's a lot attached to this beer, and thinking about it, it's taken me back to a time when I was on top of the world without getting too bogged down into the details. I'm going to take you back to June 21st, 2017, whilst I was living in Germany, in Regensburg, with the person who I thought would be the person I'd spend the rest of my life with, surrounded in one of the most gorgeous cities in the world, in a beautiful country. And yeah, little did I know that that would be some of the last few happy months of Germany at the time of recording this initial review. But not only that, pulling myself out of that depressing anecdote, this was actually when I initially reviewed this, which was actually review 400 that this was. I picked this up on a lovely day out in Munich. Picked up from Getränke Oase, I think that's how it's pronounced, which was a little bit hard to find, but I got there in the end. And when I saw that this beer was in that shop, I was just blown away. And this was the first, well, it was the introduction to hazy IPAs for me personally. And I remember drinking it initially and just being absolutely blown away. So yeah, there's a lot attached to this beer, and who'd have thought that something like a can or a bottle of alcoholic beverage could hold such a personal thing to it. I didn't even realise it until picking this up from Honest Brew, and I was just like, oh, I've not had that beer for a while, I'll get another bottle. And then it reminded me of a time in my life where it was like things were going absolutely amazing. I was on cloud nine. Thankfully, fast forward to May now in 2019, picked myself up a little bit, put on a heck of a lot of weight, but drank some really nice beers and actually have some security for once. And I now get to revisit my introduction to hazy IPAs. So we'll move swiftly on from the tedious backstory. And yeah, so we're having a look at a bottle of Stigbergets Amazing Haze. Now these guys are out of Sweden, I believe so. Yeah, Sweden. Out of Gothenburg. Or Göteborg. No. Göteborg. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, so this is the Amazing Haze, clocking in at 6.5% ABV. Batch some number, and best before date is, I can't read that because the lighting is atrocious in this room. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful artwork on this. I just love how simple and somewhat retro it is. Really pretty bottle shape as well. And there you've got the unmistakable crown. Let's see if I can get good lighting on that. There we go. So yeah, really excited to give this a revisit. But yeah, it's crazy, isn't it, how something like an inanimate object can take you back to a different part of your life. It's weird, and you know, I am guilty to overly romanticising beer, but I do that with a lot of stuff, really. You know, it could be a piece of clothing that you remember wearing 2 years ago on a specific day. It's amazing how the mind can work like that. And no matter how happy or sad that can make you feel, I think that in itself is, you know, it's a beautiful thing. And no matter what hardships I've been through, without getting too deep, I'm so thankful that things can make me emotional. Do you know what I mean? It just feels so good to be able to have, like, attaching these feelings to certain things, because it makes you feel like a human at the end of the day. and it what makes you the person that you are and the person that you will be. So yeah, if any of you guys are going through something right now, it could be something I can relate to. It could be something that I've got no idea of what that would be like. Just remember, if you get out of it on the other end, you're going to be much stronger for it. So I think that's a reason to keep going on. Anyway, that's my motivational speech for this video. Let's get the beer poured and see what we get. I'm even using the same glass, I think, from when I did the original beer review, because it was the same day, because I visited Beer Varna in Munich as well. Anyway, so let's see what we get with this one. But yeah, I'd love to hear your sort of like beer related memories, or even, it doesn't matter how poignant or how trivial it is, I'd love to hear like a beer that has reminded you of a situation, or it doesn't matter what it is, just like it could be the shape of a cloud reminds you of the best or worst day of your life. But again, it's what makes you a human being at the end of the day. Now, I'm not too sure if they've adjusted the recipe over the past 2 years, if they've sort of like tweaked it here and there. And it's been a heck of a long time since I have tried it initially. So I'm not going to be like, I don't remember it being like this last time I had it. But yes, I'm interested to see how this has come, especially now in this beery landscape where everyone is doing a hazy pale ale or IPA. And yes, my hair looks awful. So anyway, let's see what we get with this beer. Beautiful colour to it. Lovely amount of haze in there. It's not the most vibrant, but it's not really dark or murky. It's that sort of like in between. Magic hands. And yeah, you can't see through it all. It looks really nice and inviting. About half a finger's worth of a white head. Looks very pretty in this glass, it has to be said. So on the nose, spills it on the floor. Loads of dank fermented fruit character coming through on this one. Do you know what? It's probably me injecting myself too much into this beer, but this is how I remember this beer smelling. Not really sweet, not really citrusy, not really fruity. There's a really dank, savoury edge in there. There's even like a subtle burnt, wet wood in there. Oniony, garlicky. Just smells so damn appetising now. Wow, that's crazy. Maybe I do hold a lot more memory to this beer. But yeah, I'm going down memory lane. It's absolutely insane that this beer is doing this. It smells so good. It's got like that classic sort of like really dank aroma, where a lot of the hazy IPAs are a little bit more sweeter. It's probably because this is what a lot of these beers would have smelt like a little bit, as you know, the European breweries were honing into that sort of American style. But yeah, it's even got like some very subtle caramelly West Coast vibes about it. A little bit of citrus. Oh, it smells damn good. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. That's so dank. That's so resinous. Loads of fermented, bruised fruit character coming through. Silky body to it as well. Oniony, garlicky, savoury, sweet. Loads of fruity character that might have like almost like you've left out in the sun a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Where it's sort of like dried up a little bit, so it's not in your face with a fruity sweetness. Oh, it's tasting so good. Loads of residual resiny hop character coming through. It's got hazy IPA vibrancy, but you're getting loads of West Coast dankness in there, and it's a beautiful medley of those characteristics from both styles. Oh, it's tasting damn good. I've not had a hazy IPA like this for a long time. I just love how dank it is. I love how savoury it is. And I love how resiny it is. A little bit of sweetness on the back end, but it's all about that dank, resiny bitterness. Oh, more people need to be making beers like this. As much as I love the really sweet, like mellow, hazy IPAs, which they're actually that's what I look for. Every now and then, something like this is just damn good. Now, I can't remember exactly what I thought of this when I initially reviewed it, but there is a little bit of it is transporting me back, but I think that's just a bit of misguided romanticism going on with this one. But it's so damn good. Lovely bitterness on the back end. I'm really happy that I picked up a bottle of this. It's been an absolute joy revisiting that one. In terms of where I'd put it with other beers like this now, where every brewery is doing this sort of beer, I think we have come a long way. Especially here in the UK. For me personally, the UK brewers, and a lot of the European brewers from what I've had in recent memory, we know how to utilise these hops. And I think the one thing that American breweries who are known for these beers, the one thing that they're sort of like edging us over is the mouthfeel. And if this was a little bit heavier, a little bit more decadent in the mouthfeel, this would be I'll be on cloud. I am on cloud 9. Do you know what I mean? I'm being transported to coming home from a day out in Munich. How many people would say, oh, I had a day out in Munich? Do you know what I mean? And then sitting there in the German sun in Regensburg in the heart of Bavaria, surrounded by beautiful local breweries, beautiful architecture. What I'd do to be transported back there, do you know what I mean? And actually, hopefully with better outcomes. Bit of a Larry David self-deprivation there. But if you don't laugh about that sort of stuff, it'll just fucking drag you down, do you know what I mean? So it's really lovely to reminisce and to be taken back to a somewhat happier time. Although there was uncertainty in the air. But yeah, as a beer, this is beautiful. I would happily buy 2, 4, 6, 10 bottles of this. Because it's familiar, but it's something a little bit different. And I'm sounding like a 10p version of Tony Wilson right now. Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. Really happy to revisit it. I'll definitely pick this up again. He says that. He probably won't. It'll be ages before he tries another Stigbergets beer. Just because there's so many beers right now. But this still has loads of character. And yeah, if you've tried it, then let me know your thoughts, opinions. Have you noticed any differences from batches? As I said, I don't know if they've actually changed up the recipe from batch to batch, if they've tweaked it, used different hops, if it's rotational. I think the last Stigbergets beers that I had were on the latter part of 2018 in Manchester, when they were part of that takeover in Ply, where they were doing that like Scandinavian Beer Art Week. I think I had like a West Coast and a pale from these guys. But yeah, amazing haze. It's a classic, and it's one that you should definitely give a try. Picked this up from Honest Brew for like a few quid. Highly, highly recommended you pick up a bottle. And if you have tried it, I'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions as well. So check out my original review of this beer. Check out Stigbergets. Check out Honest Brew. if any of my friends and fellow beer tuners have reviewed this one, their links will be down below. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for sticking with me as I got weirdly sentimental and a little bit personal there. But hey ho, that's why you watch me on a daily basis. Well, about 10 of you potentially watch me on a maybe every other day or every 3 or 4 days. I don't know. But I appreciate each and every one of you watching this video right now. So thank you guys for watching. I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers guys, and you all take care.